157 pounds. There's a
He hit so hard, even Mike Tyson refused to fight.
Sound like Mike Tyson body punches. So much power, even his jabs.
His power was so frightening that even his jabs sounded like Tyson's body punches.
He throws those punches fast.
Assassin became one of the most feared icons of 1990s heavyweight boxing, with
Even if we're wondering, well, there it is. That's it.
his movie star looks and a left hook that could send men into another dimension. Tommy the Duke Morrison turned every fight into a public execution. And in this video, we're taking you on a journey through his biggest knockouts and the moments that made him a legend. Let's go. Jesse Shelby, 1989. Morrison's rise began with Jesse Shelby, a tough veteran known for upsetting prospects. Shelby believed he could outbox the young slugger, that he could tame the storm. But you can't outbox a hurricane. From the opening bell, Morrison came forward like a freight train with bad intentions, pounding the body, then ripping upstairs with that trademark left hook.
His last outing, he worked effectively to the body, and then trying to go upstairs as he does here.
Shelby barely threw back. He was trapped, drowning in the Duke's pressure. Then it came, the shot that would define a career.
Followed up on the left by Morrison and Shelby. He lost in the Olympic trials. A big right hand. He is in a seated position and may not make it up.
The boxing world had just been introduced to Tommy Morrison's calling card, the left hook of doom. Harry Terrell next came. Harry Terrell, a slick boxer who promised he would stick and move and expose Morrison as manufactured hype. But from the first bell, Morrison turned him into a human-heavy bag, pinned against the ropes.
That would stick and run and give him trouble like that against the powerful Morrison. He said he's never fought anybody like that. And the movie star, just within the last couple of weeks,
Terrell had no escape as Morrison smashed him with uppercuts and hooks, each punch echoing like a gunshot. Then,
finds you against the ropes. And this is where Harry Terrell does not want to be.
disaster. A brutal left hook detonated, sending Terrell crashing to the floor. He somehow beat the count, but Morrison wasn't finished. The Duke unloaded a savage final combination, leaving Terrell draped on the ropes like a puppet with cut strings.
Left hand, but you know what, Harry Terrell, and for the uppercut, he used it effectively. He's also getting clocked by that Morrison. Red in the nose of Morrison. He's landing some punches.
2 fights, 2 executions, and 2 warnings to the heavyweight division. Tommy Morrison wasn't here to play, he was here to destroy. Next came the real test, James "Quick" Tillis. Tillis was no ordinary veteran. He carried a badge of honor that terrified heavyweight contenders everywhere. He was the first and only man to take prime Mike Tyson the full distance. If anyone could expose Morrison, it was Quick Tillis. But Morrison didn't care about reputations.
Down goes Tillis. So back in the good left hand.
Yes, he does have a good left hook.
Only body counts. Pinned inside a tiny ring, Tillis had nowhere to run. Morrison ripped hooks, uppercuts, and combinations that shook the veteran to his core.
Again by Morrison, a left and a right behind it, an uppercut, and down goes Tillis. 3, 4. Very impressive.
Then it came, the perfect left hook. Tillis collapsed, his consciousness drifting somewhere between earth and eternity.
Morrison, even if we're good effort, but wondering if Tillis is, well, there it is.
That's it.
Morrison followed up with a savage barrage, and the referee had no choice. The Duke had just obliterated the man who once survived Tyson, but Morrison's rise didn't stop there. Up next was David Jacko, a man who once held a victory over the feared Donovan Razor Ruddock. Jacko wasn't intimidated by hype. He wanted to humble Morrison, but Tommy wasn't even sweating, literally. He had been lounging poolside that very morning before taking the fight on short notice. From the opening bell, Morrison moved with the casual confidence of a man who knew violence was his native language. Seconds later, boom, a thunderous left hook detonated.
Down and probably out. There's a left hand, Jacobs. What a huge shot.
Jocko was out cold before he even hit the canvas. 37 seconds. That's all it took. The boxing world started whispering the unthinkable. Was this the new Tyson? But Morrison wasn't just chasing belts, he was chasing payback. His next opponent, Rick Ennis, had committed the ultimate sin, insulting the Morrison family.
Broncos, the National Football League. Now a fighter in history, if you will, with the Denver Broncos.
Tommy entered the ring with murder in his eyes. Within moments, the Duke's left hook turned Ennis's mouth into a crime scene. Blood sprayed, teeth rattled. Ennis didn't need a doctor. He needed a dentist.
This morning he said, I got to stay away from that left hook. Well, I didn't even have a chance to say it when we spoke with Rick Ennis.
The message was loud and clear. Disrespect the Morrison clan, and you pay in pain. And there's the uppercut. That's probably going to be it. Mills Lane lets it go. One more shot and it's over. Justice had been served. Nobody puts hands on a Morrison without paying the ultimate price. But the road ahead was only getting darker. Standing in the way was Carl, the Truth. Williams, a former world title challenger who carried enough power to end any man's night. And he wasn't about to let some redneck kid steal his thunder under the bright lights of HBO.
And there's the left hook, and down goes Carl Williams. Lane says don't do that again.
From the opening bell, Morrison made his intentions clear. Boom! A trademark left hook dropped Williams in just 30 seconds.
There's another left hook. Before he throws it. Morrison trying to split.
The crowd erupted. The Duke wasn't here to play. But Carl, the Truth, didn't earn his name by staying down.
Morrison trying to finish with the uppercut.
The best Williams probably in the last 2 years.
Great right hand by Morrison. Comes back with the left hook. Now Williams. Williams coming back with right hand.
Williams rose, regrouped, and fired back with bombs of his own, testing Morrison in ways few had dared.
A look at George, warming.
Wide open now, Jim, and it's early in the fight. There's that moving side to side. He's moving one way. William to him now. That's really a sign of confidence.
Suddenly, the redneck monster was bleeding, stumbling, forced to prove he could take it as well as he could dish it.
To have punched himself out a little bit, Gil.
Yes.
And it was a rocky fifth. Very much.
Again, this fight could go up and down, up and down. And John Davenport has done some job with
Much. You saw me and raised me, Jim.
right hand because
Then came round 5. Wounded, angry, and snarling, Morrison roared back like a caged animal unleashed. Left hooks, right hands, uppercuts. A furious storm of destruction that forced Mills Lane to step in.
He is still utterly dependent on the left hook, and it is still the greatest left hook in the heavyweight division.
Well, as they used to say,
The fight was over.
he's a one-note fighter.
Morrison had passed another brutal test. The boxing world now believed this wasn't just hype. This was the real thing. But destiny had a cruel sense of humor, because standing in the shadows was a man feared even by Mike Tyson himself.
Tough knockdown because he's been hit by he almost went down again.
he's staggered.
Donovan Razor Ruddock, the Canadian destroyer. His weapon of choice? The smash. A punch so violent it should have been registered as a lethal weapon in all 50 states and Canada. Tommy the Duke Morrison was stepping into the most dangerous night of his life. His opponent? Donovan Razor Ruddock, the Canadian destroyer who had already gone to war with Mike Tyson and nearly decapitated men with a single shot. From the opening bell, the tension was electric.
Oh, there goes Morrison! Uppercut by Ruddock. Oh.
Both men knew one clean punch could end everything. And then it happened. Boom! Ruddock's legendary smash detonated on Morrison's chin, sending him crashing to the canvas. The Duke was down. The crowd roared.
But he still paid for it.
Oh, he hurt Ruddock with a right uppercut. Razor Ruddock got rocked by the same punch to knock Morrison, knocking him out. The only reason why it was a nice defensive job. Good combination. Blocked by Morrison. Ruddock is going to...
He climbed back to his feet, blood streaming, pride burning. What followed was 3 rounds of pure heavyweight violence. Both warriors stood toe-to-toe, trading bombs like artillery in a war zone, uppercuts, left hooks, body shots that echoed like gunfire.
Razor Ruddock and then go to the body as he does there. Morrison right in front of him and did not fire the uppercut. And they also said establish yourself down low. Which, now, a moment ago, Ruddock had Tommy Mir. Razor Ruddock and then go to the body as he does there.
Morrison's face became a crimson mask. Ruddock sneered and taunted, just as he had against Foreman. But the Duke wasn't backing down.
Body combinations by Morrison. But Ruddock is talking to... He did against George Foreman. But it ain't over yet. That uppercut may have stunned Morrison.
Tommy Morrison got hurt
On the last round. Now he is forcing Morrison back. But oh my, he took a big left hook.
He dug to the body, ripped combinations upstairs, and forced Ruddock to retreat.
It doesn't look like it.
The fight will go all the way.
But Ruddock
Confident that they would get the decision or that the...
Here's the Morrison getting some big shots here in this round.
Justice.
Then came the moment, the punch that defined Tommy Morrison's legacy. Crack.
Morrison, big left hook.
About 10 more seconds, and it's a long one.
Down goes Razor Ruddock.
He needs to buy...
A thunderous left hook. His signature weapon detonated on Ruddock's jaw. Razor's legs buckled. He crumbled to the canvas. The referee's count thundered in the air, but Ruddock would not rise. It was over. The redneck monster had delivered one final masterpiece. Wins. 42 knockouts. A record written in blood. A legacy that made even Mike Tyson refuse to fight him. Tommy the Duke. Morrison, a backwoods destroyer, a Hollywood star, a man who turned every fight into a public execution with the most feared left hook of the 90s. Which Morrison knockout is your favorite? Drop it in the comments below and don't forget to hit like if you enjoyed this video. This is the Boxing Lab.